And back to that sad news from the LA sports world. LA Lakers legend Jerry West has died. Not only was he a Hall of Fame player, he was also the inspiration of the NBA logo. Jerry West was also a Hall of Fame executive and helped create the Lakers dynasty. Jerry West had most recently worked for the Los Angeles Clippers.
And in a short statement, the team said that West died peacefully this morning with his wife Karen by his side. KCAL sports director Jim Hill has a look back at West's life and career.
From humble beginnings in West Virginia to a starring role in Los Angeles, Jerry West carved out a legacy that went well beyond basketball and remains second to none. Known for his toughness, unrelenting perfection, and drive to win, West became a Laker legend during his brilliant 14-year NBA career, earning All-Star selections each season he played, becoming the first and only player from the losing team to win Finals MVP in 1969. And finally, in 1972, he became an NBA champion for the first time.
And the Los Angeles Lakers are the world champions.
As a scout and general manager, West then helped to mold the Laker franchise's two most storied dynasties, the Showtime Lakers of the 1980s and the Shaq and Kobe era of the late 90s and early 2000s, directly overseeing 4 more NBA championships before stepping away in the year 2000, following 40 years with purple and gold. From his induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame to being awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
This one is really significant because this goes beyond being an athlete.
West garnered countless accolades throughout decades of dedication. One of the most revered figures in the NBA, West was also a man of many nicknames, from Mr. Outside and Mr. Clutch to the Logo. West would team up with Elgin Baylor to form Los Angeles' first superstar tandem, leading the Lakers to 6 NBA final appearances in the 1960s.
West throws it up. He makes it. West throws it up and makes it.
But it wasn't until his 8th final trip in 1972 that West finally reached the peak of the NBA, capping off a 69-win season that included a record 33-game winning streak by the Lakers to win the first title for the city of Los Angeles. All in all, West reached the finals 9 times in 14 seasons before he retired in 1974 as the 3rd leading scorer in NBA history. West would later become head coach of the Lakers from 1976 to 1979. West's bond with the franchise continued to grow when he eventually took over as general manager in 1982. Overseeing 3 titles in the 80s and another one in the year 2000, West was named Executive of the Year in 1995, and one of his great personal joys was when he made the draft night trade with a 17-year-old future superstar named Kobe Bryant, with whom he would form a fatherly bond. Following 4 decades with the Lakers, West went on to work with the Memphis Grizzlies, the Golden State Warriors, and back in LA with the Clippers in the twilight of his career, finding success at each stop. As a true trailblazer and among the all-time greats of the game, Jerry West certainly leaves behind an indelible legacy.
A legend lost this morning, and KCAL sports director Jim Hill has been joining us this morning as he deals with his own grief to share a lot about his legacy this morning. You know, we've been talking about, you're saying, we wish that you guys had met him. We wish that we had. For those who didn't know, I think what's beautiful, the statue outside of Crypto.com Arena, his silhouette on the NBA logo, this is someone whose legacy is never going away.
Not only that, but even more so. He helped change a lot of lives. There were a lot of, and I know personally of instances where individuals, not only players, but just citizens, they would call and say, Jerry, I need to talk to you. And he would help them out. He had this gift from the heavens above that comes along once every 1,000 years or whatever. But the players that I have talked to, as you can imagine, are very, very sad. I really appreciate Bill Plaschke taking the time to talk a little while ago. But he touched us in ways that we never thought we could be touched. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you're a guy and you're playing sports and you got Mr. Macho and you think you know it all you have to do is just talk to Zeke from Cabin Creek, was his nickname. And he would just kind of bring you back down to earth and let you know that you're not all that. So it's a day of remembering, it's a day of mourning, but actually it's a day of giving thanks, because I am so thankful that he passed my way.
And there are so many different types of intelligence that he seems to have been so good at the emotional intelligence, at being an executive, at being an athlete and a player, and at just, as you've been talking about, counseling people and changing people's lives behind the cameras, you know, not getting a notice or attention for it.
Yeah, he had that gift of being able to talk to kings and queens, and also relating to the common man on the corner. There was a story joking about him, and he did not deny it, but we were joking with him about, you know, one day he was driving and he got off the freeway and got under the bridge and stopped, and there were some people that were living under the bridge. They even know who Jerry West was. And he was so gracious in saying he helped him out. So he didn't mind pulling over and stopping and helping like that, but he was so stern. A lot of times you knew he was right. You know how it is when you know somebody is right, but you don't want to admit that they're right?
Yeah.
That was him. That was one of the great qualities that he has. His family is just absolutely wonderful, and we've all learned a great deal from Jerry West. And of course, all across not only the NBA, but all of sports and all of mankind, anyone who came in contact with him will remember him for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, that says a lot about him, that you, legends like you, Michael Jordan paying tribute this morning, the greats thought he was the great.
Well, you know, sometimes you know what's good for you, but you don't want to admit it. He had this way of saying, Jim, come on now. You know I know better than that. Don't try and fool me. That's what he did to a lot of people. And you have to admit it. And he had such a way of doing it. He was such a terrific family man. He was this gift. And I'm certainly glad that I had a chance of meeting him, because like I said earlier, he kind of straightened me out a little bit at one time myself.
What is something that people don't know about him?
Jerry's brutally honest. He was open. He would just talk to people. Like I said, there was just this aura about him that made you want to just go up and just talk to him. Or when he talked to you, instead of saying, oh, that's okay, what was that you said
listen.
again? Oh, yes, absolutely. So it was those kinds I wish more people could have had the opportunity to be in his presence and to gain some of his wisdom, because if that had ever happened, those people like myself, we'd be much better off than we were before we met him.
If it's not too personal, tell us one of the times he had to straighten you out. I'm intrigued.
No, I can't tell you about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you say it on
Skip to another
television?
one.
But no, but see, no, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I had just retired and started working here. So when you play in the NFL, you get kind of full of yourself. Yeah, well, no. So he pulled me in his office at the Forum, and he said, you know, I know about you. I said, you do? He said, yeah. He said, I know about that touchdown pass that you gave up that cost you guys a game back up in Oakland. I said, you do? He said, yeah. He said, but I also know about that interception that you had to save the game. He could tell that to people about a lot of, he could tell you stories about yourself that you didn't think he knew. I had this great relationship. I could call him and just talk about anything at any time, personal, professional. And you didn't have to say off the record. We already knew that. And what I learned from him is about trust. Trust is the most important quality you can have in a person, or a person can have in you. If someone trusts you, that's not gold, that's platinum right there. So he taught me about trust, and that's one of the reasons why I think I have a lot of fun with athletes today, because we can talk, and we automatically know it's off the record. We automatically know that I trust you or you trust me. And I learned those qualities from Jerry West.
Oh, well, thank you for coming in early and sharing your knowledge and your stories with us and with the viewers. And I know that he will be deeply missed. So we appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, and those tributes, as we talked about, are pouring in online this morning. Michael Jordan, who texted this message to Stephen A. Smith, said, quote, "I am deeply saddened at the news of Jerry's passing. He was truly a friend and a mentor, like an older brother to me. Rest in peace, Logo."
And here's what the Dodgers posted. Quote, "The Dodgers mourn the passing of NBA Hall of Famer and Lakers legend Jerry West, an indelible figure on the Los Angeles sports landscape for more than 60 years. We send our most sincere condolences to his family and friends."
And we will have continuing coverage on Jerry West's life and legacy and his impact here in LA and across the sports world. Stay with us here on KCAL News and KCALnews.com. We're also streaming 24/7 on CBS News Los Angeles.